This is the Schmo with the Pro. He's 15-6. He's the number 13th ranked UFC Featherweight in the world. 50K Dan Ige in the flesh. Extreme Couture. It's fight week. How we doing?
It is fight week. I'm doing great. I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be healthy. A few days away from the fight. Excited to go out there and get another bonus.
Co-main event of the first UFC Fight Night of 2023 against Damon Jackson, man. Why are you so confident you're going to be the one getting the hand raise and the bonus Saturday evening?
I'm just confident in my preparation. I feel like I kind of started this fight camp the week after my last fight. I've been in a fight camp for, you could call it 6 months. I've just been working on myself, working on my mind, working on my body, and just grinding, getting back to the roots of what got me here. And that's hard work and preparation and just having belief in that. You know, along the way, you kind of lose sight of the overall goal, just from all the media, all the UFC blowing you up. It's like they hype you up and you kind of lose sight of the goal. So for me, it was getting away from media, kind of shutting everything out and working hard again and working on my craft. And I believe I'm the best self I can be right now, and I'm just confident and I'm excited.
Well, you've built a reputation, but facing nothing but killers, stepping up to face the guys no one wants to face. You've faced now the biggest adversity of your career thus far, 3-fight losing streak. Do you feel any extra added pressure going into this fight week, or how are you going to be getting back into the roots of the winning ways?
Yeah, definitely. It sucks to lose 3 in a row, and people always want to use the excuse for me. Oh, well, I fought the best guys in the world, and I personally don't think I've shown my best self. I've prepared the best I could, but I don't think I've had the chance to show the best version of myself. So for me, there's no added pressure. It's just I have to go out there and do my thing. Actually, there's no pressure, and I feel like I could finally just let loose. Not that I haven't in the past, but I'm just confident in my preparation that I can go out there and just do what I plan to do.
Well, the Schmo knows you've been training with former foes. What was it like training with Calvin Kattar not too long ago, and then, getting back on track and becoming the Danimal that you are?
Yeah, no, it was nice. Calvin came out here for a few weeks before his last fight, and just to, put egos aside, put fighting aside, and pick each other's brain to get better. It was nice to train with him for 2 weeks. He was actually in here for one of my last sparrings, and he was cornering me with Eric, and that was kind of cool as well, just to have an outside voice, an outside person that's not in my camp to, pick me apart and look at things that he sees me doing in sparring as a former opponent. So it was really cool. I think that's what the sport is all about. I don't see us fighting anytime soon, but if we can make each other better in the progress, it's just going to elevate competition, and that's what I'm here for.
And speaking of elevating competition, you're on the same fight card on the main event with Puna Soriano, one of your childhood best friends, one of your training partners. It's back-to-back. How's Coach Eric Nixick going to go from cornering him, then cornering you, no time off? And then, listen, man, this is a dream come true, sharing the same fight night as your buddy Puna.
No, it really is a dream come true. Puna and I have grown up since we were little kids and going to high school together. We wrestled together in high school. We'd talk about being in the UFC when no one else believed in us and we were getting bullied, and we just took that and used that as fuel and kept training and just had a dream and made it come true. And then for us to be fighting back to back on the main card in the UFC, I was just telling him the other day, we may never get this chance or opportunity again. So if this is our chance to make an impact on anyone, for anyone out there that was in our position, it's definitely possible. 2 young kids from Hawaii, small island in the Pacific Ocean, to go out there and make it on the big show, that just speaks wonders. And I'm just super pumped for the opportunity. And for Eric, yeah, it's going to be crazy cornering back to back. Thankfully, we have a bunch of great coaches, so we'll have other guys in the back, helping us stay warm and stay ready. I'm going to be nervous as hell watching Puna, because I always do, but I think that's a good thing also, just feeling those nerves and feeling alive, and then he's going to set the bar, and then I'm going to go out there and cap it.
And regardless of the results, you're going to be able to shut that off heading into the cage for your matchup against Damon Jackson.
Yeah, I believe so. we've never competed MMA together. I mean, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all that stuff's different, but we've competed together, and we've always been back-to-back in some sort of way, from wrestling and now MMA. So results aside, it doesn't matter. We just get to go out there and live our dream and do our thing.
Someone you know well, you've trained with Khabib Nurmagomedov. He's recently stated he's leaving mixed martial arts altogether. He's no longer going to be coaching. He's going to be focusing on family time. What's your reaction to that news?
Yeah, I mean, he deserves it, man. I feel like he's never really truly had a break, and if that's true, good for him. And I hope he does, because he's a good coach and he's got a bunch of killers. And I don't want to fight those guys.
Well, someone who is fighting those guys, he's stepping up in your weight division. Volkanovski, 145 pounds, going up to 155. What do you think Volkanovski has to do to beat Islam Makhachev? What is the key? Because you know the strength of those Dagestani wrestlers.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's going to be a tough fight for Volk. He doesn't want to. I can't say don't engage, because you have to engage to win fights, and he's just going to have to be crafty. He's going to have to mix it up and know how to point fight and not engage. That's kind of the only way to beat this guy, and I don't know, unless he catches him with a lucky punch. But I mean, I don't even want to call it a lucky punch, just unless if he catches him clean, but that's hard to do.
And that's his way of winning, by catching him clean. Don't call it a lucky punch, but the timing's got to be immaculate.
Yeah, kind of like, what is it, Leonardo Santos? Like he caught him clean, and yeah, sometimes it just happens in the sport.
And then you have the interim featherweight title on the line with Yair Rodriguez and your former foe, Josh Emmett. If the Schmo was to put your name down right now, who would you favor in that matchup?
I would favor Yair, just because he has a little more tools and range. If Emmett can implement his wrestling, I think he has an advantage there, but I haven't really seen him use too much wrestling. He loves knocking guys out. He definitely has the power advantage. I would give Yair the edge.
And you like that we're going in the direction of having an interim title on the line rather than have this division stall?
I think so. I think it's good to, keep the division rolling. Featherweight's weird. There's just a lot of guys that end up in positions and they don't want to fight each other, and it's not even that they don't want to fight each other. They just want to protect their ranking and standpoints, and you see it happen in all divisions. But the fact that Volk's moving up, there's an interim title, keeps the division moving, and hopefully all these guys like Arnold Allen and these other guys up there can start getting opportunities and, keep this belt moving.
Is there a name in this division that you're looking forward to facing? Obviously, we got Saturday evening Damon Jackson, but is there a name that you're targeting in 2023 in this division?
2023, I wouldn't say a name. It's hard to say. Obviously, I have a fight with Damon Jackson, but I think Bryce Mitchell would finally make sense. That fight was supposed to happen years and years ago. From back in World Series of Fighting, I watched him. I saw him as a former or a potential opponent, and then going into the UFC, we had some back and forth slander in the beginning, and no disrespect, he's doing his thing, but just where he's at right now and where I'm at, if I come off a win on Saturday, I think that's a great fight.
And he recently fought with the flu. Would you have fought with the flu?
Sometimes things happen like that, but I ensure I do everything properly to make sure I can make it to the fight healthy. There's things like the flu or injuries that sometimes you just can't avoid, but I watch what I put on my body. I ensure that my training load is I'm aware of my load management, so I'm not overtraining to make myself sick going into the fight, and yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Well, speaking of fighting with an injury, it was about a year ago where Francis Ngannou, the heavyweight champion of the world, who trains inside this gym, defended his title against Cyril Gane over in Anaheim. Francis Ngannou, he's back in the gym. He's been kicking. What have you seen by the heavyweight champion of the world?
Dude, he's a beast. I'm stoked to have Francis back in the gym. He's a great, role model and ambassador to have in the gym, and someone who of such stature to come in here and to watch that guy train is just amazing. He's looking great. I watch him do whole practices, and then after practice, every day after practice, he wants to do kicks on the pad, and poor Eric has to hold the pad, or whoever else volunteers, definitely not myself, but yeah, he's kicking and he's got some power, and I'm excited to see him back.
Is the consensus that first fight back defending the belt going to be against Jon Bones Jones?
I sure hope so. I don't want him to have to wait and stall out his career to wait for someone, but I definitely want to see Francis active, and if it's Jon Jones, I hope he makes a lot of money.
Or maybe Tyson Fury in a boxing ring.
Even better. Let's go.
Can we get a final message for all the 50K fans out there worldwide?
Just want to say thank you guys for the continued support through the ups and downs, through the losses, through the victories. You guys have been loyal and staying close, and I can't wait to go out there and put on a good show for you guys Saturday night, January 14th on ESPN+.
He's the pro, I'm the Schmo Extreme Couture. We're out.